And hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Cape Fear Community College, your home of the Cape Fear Sea Devils. I am your voice of the Sea Devils, Elijah Mize, back here live from Cape Fear, your home of the Sea Devils. My apologies, there was an extended absence by me. My 9 to 5 took me and really takes me all over the country. I was out in Wyoming for work, but I'm back now. Excited to be back here at the home gym, the Joe and Barbara Schwartz Center, your home of the Cape Fear Sea Devils. Cape Fear trying to shake off some rust in the midst of a losing streak. They've lost 2 straight. They've actually lost 4 of their last 6. As they try to get back in the win column here as they host the Gaston Rhinos. Gaston Rhinos coming into this game with a 18-3 overall record. One of the best teams in Region 10 this season. And speaking with one of their assistant coaches prior to the game, he says they still got some things they want to work on. Hard to imagine a team that's 18-3 overall and 10-1 on the road has much to work on still. We'll see here tonight as these young men will look to win another road game and push their road wins to 11 on the season as we pause momentarily here for the singing of the national anthem. Another wonderful rendition of the national anthem by our very own PA announcer, Alex Gallo. Classically trained singer. This young man can sing his tail off. And now, quick rundown of the starters for you. We'll start with the visiting Gaston Rhinos. And try to give you some numbers behind each starter as they will go with Taheem Love, point guard, 6'1" sophomore, number 2. Also in the backcourt, Judah Ravenel, number 10. He's a sophomore, 6'3" guard, Charlotte, North Carolina native. And for those that don't know, Gaston College in Gastonia, North Carolina, basically a suburb of Charlotte, North Carolina, on the other side of the state. Also in the backcourt, Jordan Brown, number 11, along with Spencer Breeden, another guard, and one big in the starting lineup for the Rhinos, Kyrie McAllister, 6'9" freshman, also from Charlotte, North Carolina. Rhinos are led by head coach Benny Moss and assistants Jermaine Williams and Blan Hodges. And like I said, some of the numbers behind Gaston. 4 guys averaging double digits on the season. All 4 are averaging over 12 points a game. 3 of the 4 in the starting lineup. Taim Love, Judah Ravenel, Jordan Brown. 3 of the 4 averaging over 12 a game. Also got a scoring punch off the bench in E.J. Joyner, who's averaging over 12 a game for the Rhinos. Now for the Cape Fear starters. It's been a familiar group starting for Cape Fear. Avion Pinner, 6'8" sophomore from Williamston, North Carolina. J.J. Moore, 5'10" freshman from Gastonia, North Carolina. I'm sure Gaston College looked at Moore before he came on the other side of the state here to Wilmington. Also in the backcourt, Amari Tillman, 6'1" sophomore from Augusta, Georgia. And to round out the starting 5, Jefferson McLam, leading scorer on the season for Cape Fear, averaging 17.8 a game. McLam, a 6'5", Lexington, North Carolina sophomore, transferred in from Southwestern Illinois College. And the last but not least, 6'9" sophomore, 200-pound Kitty Hawk, North Carolina native Cooper Hawk, be wearing number 21, rounds out the starting 5. He'll be the one big on the floor for Cape Fear as we are here at Joe and Barbara Schwartz Center. Tip won by Gaston. That'll be number 11, Jordan Brown, who chases down the loose ball. Gives it up, top of the key, dribble handoff, drive by Spencer Breeden. Gives it up, drive, stolen away. Amari Tillman will get credit for the steal there as J.J. Moore with the assist to Avion Pinner. A bucket to start things off for Cape Fear. Early 2-0 lead for the Sea Devils. And as mentioned, that's a moving screen right there. And another turnover by Gaston. That's 2 turnovers on back-to-back possessions for Gaston to start the game. Gaston, as mentioned, led by head coach Benny Moss. Benny Moss, for those that don't know, and a drive and finish on Amari Tillman. Bucket by Amari. 4-0 lead. And as mentioned, a quick rundown on Benny Moss, the head coach at Gaston College, a former head coach down the road here at UNC Wilmington. Helped lead the Seahawks to a 20-win season when he was the head coach there. Almost another turnover by Gaston, but loose ball picked up by Taim Love. He'll drive, goes around Moore, throws it up. Loose ball out of bounds. And another turnover by Gaston as that shot attempt ricocheted off a Gaston Rhino out of bounds. Turnover Rhinos, Cape Fear basketball. But to finish on head coach Benny Moss, those in this area obviously know who the head coach at Gaston is now. He's spent stints at Oklahoma, Arkansas, and missed 3 by Jefferson McLam. First miss of the game for Cape Fear. And in final, head coach Benny Moss, offensive rebound. Double teamed, good defense, kicks it out. 3 on the way, no good, loose ball, tipped around. Who's gonna get it? Looks like Kyrie McAllister with it, but a jump ball called. Cape Fear possession after they forced the jump ball. J.J. Moore with it, jumper, no good, but Avion Pinner flies in with the one-handed putback by Pinner. What a flush by Pinner on the miss from J.J. Moore. On the other end, 3, no good, rebound Jefferson McLam. It's actually the first defensive rebound for Cape Fear, as their possessions on the offensive end have been the result of Gaston turnovers. Moore with it, crossover, out to McLam for three. In and out, no good. Rebound, Cooper Hawk. Tries to save it, unable to do so. McLam now 0 for 2 from 3. Drive, thought about a pull-up. Taken away by J.J. Moore, and another turnover by Gaston. And then J.J. Moore tries to find McLam, but he throws it away. That'll be the first Cape Fear turnover. Actually, excuse me, that'll be the second Cape Fear turnover early in this game, as Cooper Hawk will get credited with the turnover on that offensive rebound that he threw off the backboard out of bounds. J.J. Moore picked up that steal, though, on the other end, took it right out of the hands. And another turnover by Gaston. That is turnover number 5. Head coach Benny Moss tells Brian Ahmad, crew chief, he did not like that call, as he seemed to think his player did not step on the sideline, but turnover number 5 nonetheless. McLam with it, gives it up to J.J. Moore. Moore out to McLam. McLam drives, baseline, cut off, kicks it out. Tillman for 3. Got it! Give the assist to Jefferson McLam. That'll be McLam's first assist, first made 3 of the game for Cape Fear. Comes from Amari Tillman. 9-0 start to this game, as that hasn't really been an issue with Cape Fear. They've had leads in all but 2 games this season where they haven't led at some point in the game. But their record would not show that, as they currently sit 11-9 overall, 3-4 in conference play. McLam with it, kicks it. Tillman fires another 3 and got it! Amari Tillman, a perfect 2 for 2 from deep. Give Jefferson McLam another assist on the made 3 from Amari Tillman. Drive, kick out, 3, good from J.R. Watson, who checked in at the last dead ball for Gaston. Speaking with assistant coach Hodges prior to the game, that made 3 from number 4, J.R. Watson. Watson, one of the guys that assistant coach Hodges calls a hard hat guy, as he knows what to do at all times on both ends of the court. Comes in and works his tail off on both ends. Rebound will go to Pinner, as they tried to throw it off a Sea Devil. Ricocheted and stayed in bounds. Pinner for 3. In and out, no good. But a good box out there, and a steal by J.J. Moore. And the finish. J.J. Moore, quick heads-up play there for his first made field goal. They swing it. Number 10, that's Jude Ravenel with the missed 3. And a foul called on Jefferson McLam. That's his first foul of the game. That'll be our first media timeout here at the under 15, 14:38 to go. We'll take a quick break. Here live from the Schwartz Center, your home of the Sea Devils. Cape Fear up 14-5 here in the first half. Sea Devils up 14-5. And speaking with head coach Mark Lane prior to the game, the Sea Devils head coach, scoring early and often has not been the problem for Cape Fear. It's really how they finish games. So this first half, not anything we haven't seen before, as that's 3 is drained by Ryan Evans, who just checked in at that dead ball for Gaston. Hits his first shot attempt of the game. Big bucket there, cuts the deficit to 6. Cape Fear up 14-8 as we approach the 14-minute mark here in the first half. J.J. Moore with it, guarded by number 11, Jordan Brown. Kicks it out, Tillman with it. He'll pull the trigger from deep, and he hits another one. Amari Tillman, a perfect 3 for 3 from deep. Give the assist to J.J. Moore, his second of the game. Little lapse in defense there, and then soaring in with the rebound and putback was Ryan Evans. Quick 5 points for Ryan Evans off the bench for Gaston as J.J. Moore turns it over on the drive there. Just the 3rd turnover for Cape Fear here in the first half. Cross-court pass, pulls the trigger, in and out, no good. But there for the rebound and putback was J.R. Watson. You could see why this young man was on my pregame hard hat watch list, as he has come in off the bench for Gaston and done a good job being in the right place at the right time. That 3 was no good by Tillman. It's his first miss from deep. Other end, 3, no good. Long rebound, chased down by Spencer Breeden. Then a loose ball stolen away by Tillman. He'll push it right at the rim. Can't finish, but Jefferson McLam there for the putback. McLam, that's his first points of the game. Brown with it, looks to drive on the smaller Moore, but good defense. And then Cooper Hawk with the block on the 3-point attempt. Loose ball picked up by Amari Tillman. Hawk on the other end. He is fouled. Looks like Cooper Hawk might have to have some blood cleaned up. Couple substitutions. That foul was called on number 7, Ryan Evans, his first foul of the game. Evans has come in and immediately contributed on the offensive end for Cape Fear. Couple substitutions for Cape Fear. Josiah Pierre Johnson, Ben Ferguson, and 3 no good there from Caleb Gilmore, his first shot attempt as he came in off the bench as well. Jordan Brown with it. Looks to drive, kicks it out. Steps out of bounds on the sideline once again. It's the second time a Gaston player has stepped on the sideline out of bounds. Gaston now with 7 turnovers here in the first half through the first 8 minutes and 5 seconds of this game. Definitely not what Gaston wants, specifically head coach Benny Moss, not happy with what he's seeing thus far. 19-12. Cape Fear up. And Gaston already approaching their turnover average per game. They're averaging just over 12 a game in conference play, just over 11 overall. As Caleb Gilmore drives and finishes. Hits his second attempt from the field. Missed his first 3, but hits his first 2 for Cape Fear. Pushes the lead back up to 9. Just over 11 minutes to go. Brown, smart play there, but unable to finish. Rebound, Josiah Pierre-Johnson. He'll drive. Stops, kicks it out. J.J. Moore saves it, almost went out of bounds. Moore drives. Fouled on the attempt. And that'll be immediate timeout here at the under 12. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Cape Fear up 21-12. 11:09 to go here in the first half. At the line to shoot two is J.J. Moore. Try to extend the Cape Fear lead up over 10. Hits his first free throw. First free throw attempts for a Sea Devil. We are just about 9 minutes into the first half. As Moore hits both. Largest lead of the game for Cape Fear, now up 11, 23-12. Drive, foul. That'll be on Ben Ferguson, trying to stay in front of his defensive task there, and that is E.J. Joyner. Checked in at that last dead ball. Some new faces on the court for Gaston. Looks like Jordan Brown, the only starter currently on the court for the Rhinos. He is joined by number 12, Landon Spruce, another hard hat player that works on both ends. That's just a pretty looking jumper from Ryan Evans as he hits another bucket. That's 7 points for Evans off the bench for Gaston. A lot of length there from Evans as he can rise over pretty much anybody on the court for Cape Fear and get that jumper off. He stands at 6'6". Ferguson drives, can't finish, gets his own rebound and puts the miss back in. Ferguson with his first points of the game. He'll get an offensive rebound on that possession as well. Driving, hanging, no good in the jumper. Out of bounds. That'll be another turnover for Gaston. The rebound was tipped out. On the court for Gaston, Jordan Brown. Number 24, Ben Stevens. Number 12, Landon Spruce. Number 3, E.J. Joyner. And number 2, Tyheem Love. That entry pass into the paint to Pinner. He's fouled. Cape Fear will maintain possession on the court for the Sea Devils. J.J. Moore, Ben Ferguson, Caleb Gilmore, Josiah Pierre-Johnson, and Avion Pinner. Moore will inbound to Ferguson, gets it back. Thought about a three, pulls the trigger now. No good. Rebound Rhinos. Loose ball. Turnover. Rhinos. That is turnover number 9 as the Rhinos not reacted too well here to the pressure, though. Some of these turnovers early in this game were not forced by Cape Fear. It was just sloppy basketball by Gaston, as they will look to try to clean that up here for the remainder of this game and heading into the second half. It's a turnover by Cape Fear, though. On the other end, Ben Ferguson, his first turnover of the game. That is turnover number 4 for Cape Fear. Able to get by the pressure at half court, but then stolen away by Pierre Johnson. 3-on-1, gives it up to Gilmore. A lot of contact, but no call. Possession will stay with Cape Fear. Gaston, like I've mentioned a couple times, Pinner drives, one-handed floater, turnaround, no good. Rebound, Gaston. Deep three, no good. Rebound, J.J. Moore. He'll try to push the pace. Loses it, stolen away, and then a easy bucket there by Judah Ravenel, excuse me. Tough turnover there by J.J. Moore. That's his third already of this game. Pierre Johnson with it. He'll look to drive. Goes right at his defender. Floater. Good. Able to hang in the paint there and get the bucket to fall. That's his first points of the game for Pierre Johnson. Under 9 to go here in the first half. Sea Devils up 11. Floater on the other end. No good. Rebound Avion Pinner. Cape Fear loves to run it off those defensive rebounds. Pierre Johnson drives and finishes. Give the assist to J.J. Moore. And Pierre Johnson able to drive baseline, gets his second bucket of the game. And a trip called there. Tough call there, as it looked like their feet just got tangled up, but a trip nonetheless called on Avion Pinner. Just a third team foul. And that was definitely just a tangled feet situation. It looked like he might have tripped more so on his own feet than he did on Avion Pinner. They'll inbound though. Ravenel with it, gives it up. E.J. Joyner with it now, guarded by Amari Tillman. Dribbles back towards half court, look to drive, goes right at Gilmore, who comes over to help after he got by Tillman, but a foul called. That foul's called on Caleb Gilmore. It's his first foul of the game. That'll be the under 8 media. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this quick break. And welcome back here live from the Schwartz Center, your home of the Sea Devils after that under 8 media timeout. Sea Devils up 29-16, 7:46 to go. And for Gaston, they may be without a crucial player, a starter. Kyrie McAllister has not re-entered this game after it looked like he may have pulled something in his left or right leg. I'm not 100% sure as he's jogging, trying to loosen it up here behind the scorer's table. Probably can't see him on the broadcast, but McAllister is hurting and currently not in the game for the Rhinos. Ferguson with it, finds Tillman. 3, got it. Amari Tillman is on fire from deep. That is his 4th made 3 of the game. Give the assist to Ben Ferguson, who found him in the corner. That attempt is no good. Rebound, Caleb Gilmore. As he gets it up to Pierre Johnson, who drives. And then he turns it over. Drive, can't finish, but a foul called. And that'll send E.J. Joyner to the line to shoot 2. Pierre Johnson kind of got caught in no man's land on that drive as he was driving to the other end. And jumped into the air without a teammate close. Tried to throw it back to the top of the key, but there to pick it off and force the turnover was Spencer Breeden. And as mentioned before, Gaston 18 and 3 on the season. And one of those losses was to Cape Fear. Sea Devils traveled to Gaston early January. Actually, middle of January, January 18th. Less than a few weeks ago. And won on the road there, 95-80. One of the bigger wins on the season for Cape Fear. So they are familiar with this team and what they need to do to beat them. Fouls called on Avion Pinner on the offensive rebound attempt. Ferguson with the miss. Ferguson now 1 of 3 from the field. Under 7 minutes to go. A couple substitutions for Cape Fear. Checking back in, Cooper Hawk and Jefferson McLam. Sea Devils leading scorer on the season, McLam, averaging over 17 a game. This young man can shoot the lights out. When he's on, he's on. Little matchup there between both teams. Number 23s, that's rejected by Tillman. Comes in and blocks that away. Forces another Gaston turnover. Gaston now with 12 turnovers here in the first half alone. That is their season average in conference games, averaging just 1 less in non-conference regular season games, but I'm sure head coach Benny Moss will have plenty to say at the half to his team about the turnovers and sloppy play on the offensive end, as Gilmore thought he got it clean, but that'll be a foul called on Caleb Gilmore. That's his 2nd foul of the game. 7th team foul for Cape Fear as the fouls are starting to add up now for the Sea Devils. As team foul number 7, therefore Gaston will be in the bonus for the remainder of this half. First free throw, no good for the Rhinos. They're going to need to make those free opportunities if they want to get back in it. Down 12, every opportunity is going to be crucial here for Gaston trying to get back in it, especially if you're at the line shooting with the clock not running with free opportunities uncontested, as the second one is good from Ravenel. J.J. Moore will bring it over half court for Cape Fear. Dribble handoff to Jefferson McLam. McLam, top of the key, finds it in the paint to Cooper Hawk, and Hawk called for the travel. Hawk with the turnover. That's his second turnover of the game. 7 turnovers now for Cape Fear here in the first half. Brown with it, almost has it poked away. Good defense from J.J. Moore. J.J. Moore giving up a couple inches, but able to force the pass from Brown. Brown listed at 6'2", Moore 5'10", so about a 4-inch difference there. Drive finish, too easy for E.J. Joyner as he gets the bucket. Tillman, he'll pull the trigger again and hit it. This young man is unconscious from deep right now as he hits another 3. 5 of 6 from deep. Give the assist to J.J. Moore. So all he did was have to hand it off. Pull up, mid-range, no good. Rebound Cooper Hawk. And a foul called on Ben Ferguson. That was in the action of the defensive rebound. Hawk will get credit for the rebound, but a foul called, and that'll put the Rhinos at the line. 1-1 for the remainder. 35-23, 5:11 to go here in the first half. As that was the first foul on Ferguson. Excuse me, that was Ferguson's third foul. Missed free throw, loose ball chased down, rebound goes to J.J. Moore. Cape Fear will try to get numbers, they don't. They like to run off those rebounds regardless of what the defense does. Moore pulls it up and hits it. It's a simple pull-up 3 from Moore, and he hits it, extends the lead back up to 14. Largest of the game for Cape Fear. Guarding Jordan Brown on the other end, and he's been able to keep Jordan Brown from doing much on the offensive end. Ravenel drives, dumps, jump stop, can't finish, gets his own rebound, and finishes the second opportunity. Another 3 from Tillman, can't hit that one, just his second miss from deep. Might have been a heat check right there from Tillman, though. He's hit everything. Brown can't finish. Hits the second opportunity. Cuts the lead to 10. 38-28. Media timeout coming here. The next dead ball. Under 4 to go. Pierre Johnson almost loses his footing. Gives it up to McLam. He'll pull the trigger, and McLam hits it. And that's the thing for the Sea Devils that those who haven't watched them before are seeing here. They are never out of a game with the way they can shoot from deep. Several guys that can shoot the ball well when they're on. Nice entry pass into the paint. Ravenel. He'll go up with it. It is rejected by Tillman, who keeps it. And kicks it out on the other end. McLam for 3. No good. Pierre Johnson soars in. Almost got the rebound, but McLam unable to hit the 3 on the other end. McLam 1 for 5 from deep. That'll be our media, though, here. Last media timeout of the first half, 3:17 to go. 41-28. Sea Devils up. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. More first half action here live from the Schwartz Center. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first half, and good sign for the Rhinos as soon as he checks back in, Kyrie McAllister able to take advantage of that size difference between him and the Sea Devils post players, and he gets that bucket right away. Tillman, three, no good. Rebound Gaston. Just the third missed three from Tillman. Bank is open for Ravenel. Judah Ravenel shaking his head, smiling as he jogs back on defense after that bank goes in for him. Pierre Johnson with it, gets a screen, pulls up, jumper, good. Pierre Johnson perfect from two. 3 for 3. Start this game. Ravenel, another three. That one, no good. Rebound, Josiah Pierre Johnson. Cape Fear will try to push the pace, gives it up to Pierre Johnson. He'll shoot the three and hit it. It's his first made three of the game. And just when you think Gaston was going to go on a run and get back in it, Pierre Johnson says not today. And a lot of contact there as McAllister is fouled. And as mentioned, good sign for Gaston. And McAllister at the line, and as mentioned, he went down early in the first half with what looked like potentially a pulled hamstring or groin. Not 100% sure exactly what it was, but Jack McErlin checks in for the first time for Cape Fear, and another lights out shooter for the Sea Devils. Offensive rebound, put back no good, but McAllister checks in. And a jump ball called. Possession will stay with Gaston. Was a jump ball called as Osborne and McAllister. Gaston will inbound. Brown with it now. Finds Ravenel in the post. And a good up and under. Looked like Ravenel was not in position to get a good look at that shot, but he gets out into the paint from under the backboard and finishes. McLam with it. A lot of contact, gets through it. Thought about the three, but gives it back to Moore. Moore with it now. Goes right at Jordan Brown. Gives it up to Osborne. Osborne back to Moore. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nice pass by Moore. And then a goaltend, but it went in anyway. And J.J. Moore is making it work on offense for the Sea Devils. This young man is doing it all, finding his teammates. And that was a heck of a pass from Moore on the screen from Osborne as he rolled to the rim in the paint and was able to finish. Brown with it, guarded by Moore. Moore stays in front of him. Brown tries the floater, but way short on it. And then a foul called on J.J. Moore. Looks like he caught the elbow of Jordan Brown on the shot attempt. On the follow through from Brown. That'll send him to the line. Cape Fear with, looks like over 10 team fouls here in the first half, so a little bit of sloppy defense from the Sea Devils, but overall, I don't think head coach Mark Lane can be too upset about the sloppy defense, resulting in an 11-point lead thus far here in the first half, as Jordan Brown will try to cut it back down to 10. And he does so. 10-point lead. Timeout called by head coach Benny Moss. He wants to talk it over with his Gaston Rhinos here over the final 47 seconds of the first half. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Final 47.9 of the first half. Gaston. They're 18-3. We're the only team. We're one of just 3 teams that beat them so far this year. Because we did beat them on the road. What? Back in January? That's what I was just telling him. I think Jermaine played too, one of the assistants. Under 45 seconds to go here in the first half. Good swing. Unable to finish though is Pierre Johnson. Timeout, head coach Mark Lane. That was an air ball miss out of bounds. .7 to go. We'll stay put here on the timeout from head coach Mark Lane. And the story of this first half has to be the turnovers from Gaston, as they are now at 14 turnovers here in the first half. That is above their game average of just right around 12 per game. The Rhinos are averaging on the season, but overall, not what head coach Benny Moss, it was a combination of their assistant coach, Jermaine Williams. But head coach Benny Moss could not be happy with what he's seen here in the first half from his Rhinos, as they have 14 team turnovers and just 38 points in the first half for a team that's coming into this game as one of the best junior college basketball teams in the state this season. Really overall, I'm sure they're on the outside looking in, not far outside of the top 25 nationally, sitting at 18-3. J.J. Moore finds McGurlin. McGurlin, 3 is good, but he stepped out of bounds. Turnover, Cape Fear. As McGurlin will get charged with the turnover. 2.6 to go. Try to get a quick pass in. McGurlin with the steal. He can get a shot off. Gets it off, but can't hit it. And a steal by McGurlin makes up for that turnover. And that'll do it for the first half. Cape Fear up 48-38 at the half. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back momentarily after the halftime break. We'll be back and give you a first half recap. And second half action, we come back live from the Schwartz Center, your home of the Sea Devils. start of the second half here live from the Schwartz Center, and McLam starts it off with the backdoor slam to start off the second half. Good offensive play drawn up there by head coach Mark Lane to start the second half. Little backdoor screen action. Hawk finds McLam for the two-handed flush. Pushes the lead back up to 12. Loose ball, who's gonna get it? Gaston able to get it. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound J.J. Moore. He'll try to push the pace here. Moore with it, goes right at Brown. Kicks it out to Pinner. Pinner with it now, drives, goes right at his defender. Cut off, kicks it out to Moore. Moore with it now. Out to Hawk, Hawk to Lamb. Lamb with it now, McLam, excuse me. Gives it up to Moore. Drive, floater, in and out, no good from J.J. Moore. Gaston with it now. Pull up, open jumper, no good. Loose ball, who's got it? Jump ball called. Possession will stay with Gaston. Leading scorers in the first half, a game-high 17 points from Amari Tillman. Unconscious from 3. Started the game a perfect 5 for 5 from deep. Finished the first half 5 of 8 from deep. The game-high 17 points. 5-second call, and that's another turnover here. In the first minute and some change for Gaston. That has been their bugaboo in this game. They now have 15 turnovers on the game. It's 3 more than their season average. As head coach Benny Moss, I imagine that was a focal point at half. And the drive and finish by Cooper Hawk. It's Hawk's first bucket of the game. Rebound Pinner on the other end. He'll look to drive. Slips, gives it up though before a turnover. Gets it back. He'll pull up. His jumper is good. Give the assist to J.J. Moore. And a quick timeout by Gaston. Not what they wanted to see here to start the second half. As J.J. Moore picks up his 7th assist. We'll stay put here. 54-38, Sea Devils up. 6-0 run to start this second half. We'll pause momentarily. That first timeout by head coach Benny Moss. Gaston basketball here, just under 18 minutes to go. A little pressure at half court. Gaston able to get by it. Double team comes. No travel. Gives it up. Ravenel gives it up. Jordan Brown with it now, drives. Nice pass. On the baseline, it's E.J. Joyner waiting, able to finish. On the court for Gaston, no longer their starters on the court. Ravenel, Brown, Joyner, Joyner, Love, and number 7, Ryan Evans. Loose ball, stolen away, turnover Cape Fear. J.J. Moore will get credited with that turnover. It's his 4th of the game. 9 turnovers for Cape Fear. Jordan Brown, step back 3, no good. Rebound Amari Tillman. McLam with it. Gives it up to Moore. Moore drives, gets by Brown, kicks it out to McLam for three. No good off the front of the rim. McLam a little cold from deep. He's 1 of 6 now from the three. That foul is called on Avion Pinner. That's Pinner's third foul.
Brett, Brett. Take it out. Hey, Brett.
Hey, check it out.
Brett.
Hey, double smash. Double smash. Double smash.
He called that on Pinner.
That foul will stay on Avion Pinner as he snatches the rebound there off the missed free throw. And then flushes it on the other end. Coast to coast goes Pinner for the flush. That'll get the crowd off their seats. Pushes the lead up to 16. Brown, fall away, jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Ravenel. Possession will stay with Gaston. Down 16. Ravenel thought about a drive. Double team comes, has to get rid of it. Cross-court pass to Evans. Evans with it now, guarded by Hawk. His turnaround jumper's no good. And a turnover by Gaston. That is turnover number 16 for the Rhinos. It is becoming a problem for Gaston now as Cape Fear continues to capitalize on the turnovers, up 16. J.J. Moore will bring it across half court for Cape Fear. He's guarded by Jordan Brown. Gives it up to Hawk. Hawk with it, drives, goes right at his defender. Out to Gilmore for three. No good. Loose ball, rebound, Ravenel. Rhinos basketball. Gilmore now 0 of 2 from three. And a foul called. And as you can hear head coach Mark Lane telling J.J. Moore, don't bail out the ball handler there and foul him 20 feet away from the basket. If he wants to dribble around out there, let him. 15:34 here to go. Media timeout. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. More second half action here live from the Short Center. Quick inbound there from the sideline by Gaston, trying to catch Cape Fear off guard. And then a foul there by Cooper Hawk as Ravenel was able to get him up off his feet. It's Cooper Hawk's first foul of the game. Already 3 team fouls here in the second half for Cape Fear. Though all those fouls in the first half for the Sea Devils did not necessarily turn into points for Gaston, but they're going to need to change that up here in the second half if they want to get back in it, down now 15 after Ravenel hits the first free throw. Ravenel hits both. Adds to his team high. Now up over 15 points in the game is Ravenel. It's the most for a Gaston player. McLam, that'll be a travel. He's lost his footing. It's his first turnover of the game. McLam, though, 1 of 6 from 3. He's 2 of 2 from 2. One of those a big-time two-handed flush to start this half. That double team was coming on Brown, but he's able to get rid of it. Gives it up, Evans with it. His 3 is good. Ryan Evans is shooting the ball well for Gaston here this afternoon. He's done his best to try to keep him in it single-handedly. Tillman with it, looks to drive. Kicks it out, Hawk with it for 3. And he hits it. Cooper Hawk doesn't take too many of those, but hits that one. Give the assist to Amari Tillman. And a quick answer on the other end by Gaston. As that one's out of bounds. Turnover, J.J. Moore. That's his 5th turnover of the game. Drive and finish by E.J. Joyner. Cuts the deficit back down to 10. Sea Devils 59, Gaston 49. Gilmore with it. Looks to drive on the smaller defender, kicks it out to Moore. Sets a screen. Moore will look to drive, and he's fouled on the drive by, that's number 3, E.J. Joyner. That's his first foul of the game. Cape Fear possession, they'll inbound under their hoop. Excuse me, under the Gaston hoop. Hawk gets it. Easy bucket for Cooper Hawk. Give the assist to J.J. Moore once again. It's J.J. Moore now with a game-high 8 assists. As he continues to get his teammates involved consistently. And a foul called instead. As that foul is called on Amari Tillman. I guess the foul occurred before the travel. J.J. Moore averaging 5 assists per game. He's well over that average here this afternoon with 8. Gaston will inbound. Evans with it, gives it up to Ravenel. Brown comes and grabs it. He'll look to try to drive on Pinner. Going nowhere with the dribble, but gets around him. And Pinner says he was using his left hand to push off. That's Pinner. Fourth foul on Pinner. He'll have to check out. Cooper Hawk comes back in. Pinner not happy about that call, as he feels like Brown was shielding him away and then used his left hand to push off and get around him. Nonetheless, that's the 4th foul on Pinner. Turnaround, one-handed floater, no good. Rebound, Amari Tillman. Gives it up, Pierre Johnson out to Moore, top of the key. J.J. Moore for 3. Off the back iron, no good, but a nice rebound by Tillman. And a travel called on Tillman. Tillman grabs the offensive rebound, but called for the travel and turns it over. Just his first turnover of the game. Evans with it, dribble handoff to Love. Love cut off in the paint, kicks it out to Brown for three, no good. Rebound Cooper Hawk. Pierre Johnson with it. Has that rejected by Evans. Ravenel grabs the loose ball. Gaston possession. Ravenel drives. Can't finish, but gets his own rebound, and putback is good. That'll cut the deficit down to 8.
Did you count that bucket they just scored?
And another turnover by Cape Fear. Brown with it, he's rejected, but there to clean it up was a teammate. That foul was called on E.J. Joyner. And that'll result in a dead ball. Media timeout here, under 12, 11:23 to go. Cape Fear up 61-53. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more second half action when we return live from the Schwartz Center. And welcome back here live from the Schwartz Center, your home of the Cape Fear Sea Devils. Cape Fear up 61-53. Gaston not going away though. And that's a turnover by Cape Fear. Good defense there by Jordan Brown. Ryan Evans was coming there too. Able to force the turnover. Cooper Hawk will have to get charged for that one. An ill-advised pass into J.J. Moore. Moore couldn't do much there. Sides tried to out-jump the defender and unable to do so. Moore will guard Brown on the ball here, just over half court. Brown drives right, kicks it to Evans in the corner. Evans finds number 12, Landon Spruce, hangs, can't finish. Rebound, Amari Tillman. Tillman trying to push the pace, cut off there though by E.J. Joyner. Moore with it now, drives, finds Hawk. Hawk up and under, fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot two. As you can see, Landon Spruce, he'll come over and talk to his head coach, Benny Moss. His head coach, Benny Moss, tells him, if you jump, stop, and pump fake, there's no problem with the foul there. You'll go up without the defender being able to contest. Hawk at the line. Gets the shooter's roll on the first one. It's his first made free throw of the game. Just the fourth free throw right here from Cape Fear in the game as Hawk misses the second. But Gaston doing a great job on the defensive end, though obviously they're down 9. Doing a good job of playing defense without fouling, as Cape Fear has just been to the line twice this game. 4 total free throw attempts for the Sea Devils. You look on the other end, Gaston with several players that have more free throw attempts than Cape Fear does as a team. Loose ball, who's gonna get it? Snatched up, no good, loose ball. J.J. Moore will take the rebound there. That ball tipped around several times as J.R. Watson had a chance at a bucket, unable to finish in the paint. Cape Fear will swing it. Gilmore called for the travel. Tough call there, though. He was moving after. Could have been called for a double dribble there or a travel, either one, but either way results in a turnover for Cape Fear. Drive, Tillman with the foul. Shot on the free throw, both good. Excuse me, 1 of 2 at the line there. And that 3 is good from McLam. That's a good sign for Cape Fear. If Jefferson McLam can get hot here in the second half, that'll be big for Cape Fear, maintaining this lead, now back up to 10. Drive, finish, able to hang and get the layup is E.J. Joyner. Good drive there, baseline by Joyner. Able to convert the bucket, cuts the deficit to 8. Moore with it, gets the double screen, kicks it out. McLam, another 3. Too strong, no good. Rebound Gaston. Jump ball called. Possession will stay with Cape Fear. Moore gets it in. Tillman with it. At the 3/4 court mark. Drives. Tillman hangs and finishes. Fancy looking layup there from Amari Tillman. Able to hang and scoop the right-handed layup in. Watson kicks it out. Joyner with it. Looks to drive. Cut off by Tillman. Good defense. Tillman now pops out on him. Screen set, Gilmore on him now, drives, hangs, can't finish. Rejected by Gilmore, snatched up by Tillman. McLam tries to dunk. He's cut off, but he's fouled. Gilmore will get credit with the block on the other end. Just too many turnovers here now for Gaston as they're starting to add up. Now 18 turnovers on the game as McLam hits his first free throw attempt. This is his first time going to the line this afternoon. (68-57), 8:20 to go here in the second half. Second free throw is good from McLam. That'll push the lead back up to 12. 69-57, Cape Fear with the lead. Approaching the 8-minute mark here in the second half. Loose ball, out of bounds, turnover, Jordan Brown. Looking at the official on that side with confusion as to what happened there, as he thought it was poked away by Moore. The official thought otherwise. Turnover, Gaston. Moore drives, finds McLam, and McLam finishes. Good drive and finish there from Cape Fear. Give J.J. Moore 9th assist for J.J. Moore. "30-second timeout. His head coach Benny Moss is not happy with some of the calls from one of the officials. I think he's directing his frustration at Jeffrey Pritchard there. As all three of these officials are familiar faces here in Cape Fear, especially Brian Ahmad and Brad Adams. Those two have done several games here at Cape Fear. Pritchard still looks pretty young, probably early in his career of officiating, but he's done a consistent job since we've seen him here at the Schwartz Center. He's done well in his appearances here, as not too many complaints in regards to his officiating. As that'll do it. Crew Chief Brian Ahmad lets Gaston know that's it for their timeout. 7:54 to go here in the second half. Cape Fear trying to build on the 14-point lead. 71-57, and for Cape Fear and head coach Mark Lane, this is going to be a crucial final 8 minutes of this half, as the bugaboo for Cape Fear has been finishing games. They've led in most of their games this season at one point or another, just have not been able to finish strong and pick up the W's consistently. You look on the other side of the court, Gaston has done exactly that. Coming in with that 18-3 record, they have done everything, including finish, especially on the road, with a 10-1 record on the road for the Rhinos. Looks like J.R. Watson will inbound, gives it up to Joyner. Joyner gives it up to Brown. Brown with it, swings it to Joyner. Joyner on the left wing, gives it back to Brown. Moore guarding Brown at the top of the key. Joyner looks for an entry pass into the paint. Deep three from Brown, no good. But a rebound, put back, no good. But that'll put Landon Spruce on the line to shoot two. It'll be DeMaje Osborne's first foul of the game. On the court for Cape Fear, Tillman, McLam, Osborne, Moore, and Gilmore. On the court for the Rhinos, that's Sprouse at the line. It's his first free throw. Brown, Joyner, Ravenel, and Watson. Second free throw, no good. Loose ball, who's gonna get it? Jefferson McLam chases it down. That second free throw was missed. Miss on the other end. Joyner finds Ravenel, loose ball. That'll be a jump ball. Good defense there by Tillman and Gilmore. Jump ball, possession will stay with the Rhinos. As Caleb Gilmore missed the three on the other end. Now 0 for 3 from deep, 1 of 4 from the field overall is Caleb Gilmore, but he's given head coach Mark Lane some solid minutes here this afternoon. Several big blocks, too, on the other end. He does have 2 blocks on defense. Drive by Brown. Can't finish. McLam grabs the rebound. It's McLam's 4th rebound on the game. Tillman with it. Kicks it out. Moore with it. Under 7 to go. Moore with it. Dribbling, not getting anywhere. Right at the free throw line, gives it up to McLam. McLam looks to drive. Jump stop and high floater off the backboard is good from McLam. McLam, a perfect 4 for 4 from 2.
Yes.
14 points for McLam. Moore gives it up to Osborne. Osborne finds Tillman. Give Osborne the assist as Tillman gets the bucket. Loose ball. Moore with the steal. Drive by Tillman, hangs and can't finish, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Tillman at the line to shoot 2. Can't hit the first. Hits the second, does Tillman. Tillman guarding Taheem Love on the other end. Tillman currently 22 points. 1 more point will give him a season high. He's had several games of 22. No shot. Turnover. Gaston. That is turnover number 20 for the Rhinos. 5:22 to go. Cape Fear up 18, and they may start trying to burn some clock here with each offensive possession. Drive by McLam, up and under, no good. Loose ball off a Sea Devil. That's McLam's first miss from 2. Avion Pinner will check back in for Cape Fear. Under 5 to go. Gaskin's gonna need buckets and stops here if they want to get back in it. Brown, cross court, Ravenel, open 3. No good. Rebound, J.J. Moore. Drive and rejected. And Moore looks like he hurt his elbow on the fall there.
Hey, how many points do you got for Tillman? I just want to make sure I got the right number. I think I got 22.
Cape Fear will maintain possession as they'll look to try to keep up clean up a water spot. Cape Fear doing a good job extending that lead, their largest lead of the game here at 18. Up 10 at half, 48-38. And Gaston just has not been able to stop him on the offensive end. Pinder's gonna have to chase that down. He does so, way to save it. Before the backcourt violation, finds Tillman. Tillman gives it up to Moore. Moore looks to drive, nice pass to Hawk. And the two-handed flush from Cooper Hawk. J.J. Moore continues to be a one-man wrecking crew when it comes to his assists tonight. Rebound, offensive rebound by Spruce, but he's stuck at no man's land. Kicks it out to Brown, another three, no good. J.J. Moore will chase down the rebound. Brown, 2 open attempts there, unable to hit either. And a foul called there. Foul's called on Judah Ravenel. That'll be a full timeout here at the media. We'll take a quick break here live from the Schwartz Center, and we'll be right back. Apologies for the technical difficulties there. As Pinner misses the jumper, but Cape Fear up 20, 3 minutes to go. Gaston's gonna need something short of a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle. Sea Devil basketball, as that turnover takes Gaston over 20 on the game. And I got a feeling they're approaching their season high of turnovers, averaging just around 12 a game. They are approaching doubling that here this afternoon against Cape Fear. And a lot of these turnovers are self-inflicted wounds from Gaston, not necessarily forced by Cape Fear's defense, though they are doing a good job on the defensive end, as Moore misses that three. But just sloppy ball handling and court placement for Gaston. I think about 5 of these turnovers have been guys stepping on the sideline or baseline out of bounds before they take a shot. The drive by Ravenel, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul's called on Cooper Hawk. Second foul on Cooper Hawk. That'll send Ravenel to the line to shoot 2. 2:32 to go here in the second half. Cape Fear up 20. And as mentioned before, for a team that's 18-3, compared to Cape Fear, who is just a few games over 500, 11-9 overall, looking for their 12th win here this afternoon. You would think Cape Fear was the 18-3 team. The way they've played here this afternoon, and this will be the second win if Cape Fear can hold on that they've gotten against the Gaston Rhinos this season, as they went on the road and beat them by double digits in Gaston back on January 18th. So a good sign for Cape Fear overall, especially getting out of the losing column. They've lost, as mentioned, 2 straight, and have lost 4 of their last 6. As head coach Mark Lane will look to try to clear out his bench here up 18 with just over 2 minutes to go. Moore with it, he'll try to dribble out some time here. We'll see if he takes a shot clock violation. Nope, he'll drive. Goes right at his defender, and a travel called, and He did make the bucket. Coach Mark Lane clears out his bench. Now on the court for Cape Fear, Josh Laney, Grayson McCadden, Ben Ferguson, Jack McErlin, and Amaje Osborne. Good looking turnaround jumper there from number 2, Taheem Love. And still a combination of starters and big minute guys for Gaston on the court as Osborne misses the 3, but Ben Ferguson there for the rebound and the putback. Ferguson, one of the guys for Cape Fear, his motor never stops. This young man, Josh Laney with the rebound. Ferguson thought about the 3, kicks it out, and a foul called. Here's Grayson McCadden. McCadden will go to the line. McCadden will go to the line here. First free throw is good from McCadden. That's his first points of the game. And the free throw discrepancy that Cape Fear was behind in for most of the game, starting to catch up a little more. McCadden hits both free throws. Still a big difference in free throws. Just 10 attempted from the Sea Devils compared to this will be free throws number 23 and 24 for Cape Fear. Excuse me, for Gaston. First free throw, no good. Loose ball. Chased down, Ravenel with it. Able to find Joyner. 3, in and out, no good. McCadden with the rebound. McCadden with the defensive rebound.
No one in the gym knows it's on 12.
Exactly. He called the foul on 12.
Foul called on Grayson McCadden. So I'm not sure 100% how that foul was on McCadden. He chased down the loose ball. He'll still get credit for the rebound, I guess. The foul occurred after the rebound with his body shielding off the Gaston player, number 23, who was trying to chase down the rebound as well. Spencer Breeden at the line. Goes 1 of 2. Cuts the deficit to 19. And credit Gaston. They have not stopped trying to play hard this entire game, though. They're down to about a minute left, and they are down 19. 3, no good. McErlin, but McCadden with the rebound. Laney for three, no good. Rebound Gaston. And another turnover by Gaston. And in all actuality, that's been the story of the game for them. That is turnover number 23. As Laney drives. McErlin picked up the steal on that last possession by the Rhinos. That'll send Laney to the line. Not sure why there was a foul there. That was borderline an intentional foul on the drive by Laney. Misses the first free throw. Second free throw from Laney is good. 1 of 2. Hey, Jess. That's the final buzzer here, live from the Schwartz Center. Sea Devils win 83-63. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with the player of the game and a game recap when we come back. 83-63 the final. As we'll be back with a post-game recap. Yours truly, Elijah Mize, the voice of the Sea Devils, when we come back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is your post-game recap here with Elijah Mize. I'm joined here courtside with Amari Tillman, our player of the game. Amari Tillman finished with 22 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks all over the box score here this afternoon. 1 point shy of a season high, as I was just joking with him. He had several games this season with 22. Can't quite break the 22, but I know you guys will take it tonight with the big win.
Yes, sir.
Beating a team that comes in 18-3, very quality team, and this is the second time you guys have beat them this season.
Yep.
What has been able to work for you guys playing Gaston?
Honestly, the last 2 times that we've played them, including today, we've been able to hit shots. I feel like that's really key for us, given that we have shooters coming off the bench, shooters in the starting group, And, once we figured out that if we control the controllables, such as rebounding, maintaining leads, boxing out, playing the passing lanes, just the things that we can control, including effort, that kind of, will put us over the hump. We lost these last 2, and I just told the guys, just stay calm. As long as we get over the hump, we'll be okay going forward.
Well, yeah, and you mentioned you guys were breaking a 2-game losing streak. I know you guys have lost 4 of your last 6, too, and it's always come down to second-half games. Talking with head coach Mark Lane prior to the game, you guys have had leads, I think, in all but 2 games the entire season. It's just a matter of maintaining those leads
right,
and finishing games in the second half. And I know you mentioned, too, controlling the controllables. A lot of things, I think, for Gaston that went wrong today. Over 20 turnovers for them. That's not usually what they do. But for
right,
you guys able to capitalize on those turnovers, you think that was big?
Oh, yes, definitely. Most definitely. We work defense literally probably more than half the practice, because he understands. I feel like Coach Lane understands that, man. He brought in a talented group, and, you just got to teach defense. Once you teach defense and you establish defense, and, even in my last experience at Savannah State, I've had to learn that you can't get on the floor unless you defend. So, it's just as long as we take pride in it, starting with JJ, he steps up every game and guards big for us, so, and we just follow his lead when it comes to that part of, part of the game. So, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned JJ, not going to really show up in the box score on the scoring side of it, but to have 10 assists and 6 rebounds for probably arguably the shortest guy on the court, for him, I think that's something that you can't really teach.
Right.
You and him both, I think, are guys that play hard on both sides of the court, regardless of the situation, regardless of the score. And I think for guys like you and JJ, it's good to get these wins like that against quality teams when you guys are consistently putting in the work.
Right, yes, most definitely.
Well, I thank you for joining us, Amari. Big win for you guys tonight, 83-63 the final. You guys go to 12-9 on the season. And really for you guys, I know it'll be kind of trying to get on the right foot going into March and going into the tournament, as you see the Sea Devil there in the background of the shot. But thanks for joining us. I appreciate you, Amari.
Yes, I appreciate you.
Good game, man. Good
Thank you.
game. And that'll do it here. We'll give you a quick breakdown when we come back of a couple numbers and finals here from the Schwartz Center. We'll be right back with a little more post-game recap with your voice of the Sea Devils, Elijah Mize. And thank you, Amari Tillman, for joining us on the post-game recap. And welcome back. A little more post-game recap. We thank Amari Tillman for joining us on this post-game recap. He was definitely the player of the game, deserved that. This young man started a perfect 5 for 5 from deep to start this game and kind of set the tone for Cape Fear overall with his shot-making ability early in the game. Big shots early, and Cape Fear did never relinquish that lead. After they went up early in the first half, they did not have to come back in this game. They maintained the lead and finished it out late in this game. And as we talked about in the postgame with Tillman, that's kind of been a bugaboo and a problem for Cape Fear on the season, is being able to finish these games when they have the lead. Because as I talked to Mark Lane, head coach of the Sea Devils, before the game, Cape Fear hasn't had a problem really scoring the basketball and getting a lead in these games. It's just over the last 10 minutes of a second half, are they going to be able to maintain the lead and keep it to win these games when they need to. Obviously, big win here tonight. They go to 12-9 on the season. Gaston will go to 18-4 on the season. And overall, big number that stuck out to me outside of the turnovers. Cape Fear won the turnover battle, just 18 turnovers compared to Gaston's 23. And honestly, Gaston might have had closer to 25, 26, but that's just my math, keeping up with the game, kind of keeping a box score as we go. But overall, the turnovers, and then another big discrepancy that you would think would favor Gaston. The Rhinos went to the free throw line 25 times tonight compared to just 12 for Cape Fear. And I know for the Sea Devils, at least 10 of those opportunities came in the second half. Cape Fear went to the free throw line just twice in the first half. Gaston had the free throw advantage, but just unable to capitalize on those opportunities. And really for Gaston, it came down to the turnovers. And for Cape Fear, it wasn't like they were necessarily forcing the turnovers with their defensive tenacity, though their defense was great this afternoon. It was more so Gaston started to get in their own head, it seemed like, late in this game. And a lot of these turnovers were just self-inflicted wounds from the Rhinos. I know head coach Benny Moss can't be happy about the turnovers, but for Gaston, a lot to look forward to for them is, you know, they have several games left to end the season as they will look to try to win the Region 10 tournament and continue on this great season they're having. As mentioned, they dropped to 18-4 overall, and looking forward for Gaston, they will be at Wake Tech on Wednesday and then hosting Brunswick Community College and Wake Tech in back-to-back games on the 15th and the 19th. So Gaston will be heading home and have a home stretch over the next week for the Rhinos. Looking ahead for Cape Fear, the men home here tonight. They pick up the 83-63 win. They'll be on the road at Denmark Tech College, but they will end the season with 3-4 straight home games with one on the road to end the regular season at Richard Bland. But they will be at home 4 straight to end February and start March. So a good opportunity for Cape Fear to get back in the win column and pick up some wins to end the season if they're able to do so heading into March and heading into the conference tournament. We'll see what they're able to do for the end of the season. Cape Fear, they go to 12-9 on the season. Gaston 18-4. And that'll do it. Big win for the Sea Devils. I'm your voice of Cape Fear, Elijah Mize. Thank you guys for joining in. And we'll catch you again for the men February 15th. That'll be next week, Saturday, as they host Denmark Tech. That'll do it from the Joe and Barbara Schwartz Center, your home of the Sea Devils. Don't forget any schedule updates, stats, questions, comments you can get online at GoSeaDevils.com. Also follow along on social media at GoSeaDevils on Instagram and Twitter. You can also follow on Facebook at Cape Fear Athletics. You can follow along there. Don't forget to give me a follow as well at Sports Guy Eli on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook as well, Elijah Marcus. Sea Devils win. They pick up another win against Gaston. Gaston just 4 losses now on the season, 2 of those thanks to the Sea Devils. That'll do it here live from the Schwartz Center. I'm your voice of the Sea Devils, Elijah Mize. We'll catch you again next week. Go Cape